What is up, YouTube? Silver Baggins here, and in this video, I want to do one on why I think stacking junk silver is the best for SHTF situations. Thank you so much for watching my video. I sincerely appreciate it. And this one is on stacking junk silver for SHTF. Now, if you don't know what SHTF stands for, it is stuff hitting the fan. So we're gonna kind of, make it a little bit more family friendly there. But yeah, stuff hitting the fan. So this is like, some crazy crisis. This could be end of the world, zombie apocalypse, an EMP going off, we lose the internet, you name it, right? Any sort of crazy crisis. It could even be like a natural disaster in your area. It could be an SHTF situation. And a lot of people that are stacking for SHTF are preppers. I would say the majority of them are. They're prepping for disasters. So they don't stack just silver, but most of them will stack food, water, ammo, medical supplies, you name it. There's so many different things you could be stacking. But I want to talk in this video about silver and why I think junk silver, or better known as constitutional silver, is the kind of silver that I think is the best if you're going to be stacking for SHTF. Now, I want to preface this video by saying if you are an SHTF stacker prepper, you don't have to stack just constitutional silver. Obviously, you can stack to whatever fits your goals and your idea. But if I was an SHTF stacker prepper, I would want to be focusing very heavily and mainly on constitutional silver. So a lot of people call this junk silver, but this is United States of America currency. So I don't like really calling it junk silver. I like calling it constitutional silver. But this pile over here, with the exception of this 80%er Canadian, let's get that out of there. I don't know why that's always in my pile of silver, of my constitutional silver, but we love you, Canada. I'll show your Canadian 80%er here for a sec. Rock on, Canada. You guys are cool. Anyway, okay, let's move that to the side. So, junk silver, constitutional silver. So this little pile here is all 90% silver, and this little pile here is all 40% silver. These are Kennedy's. They did these after they finished up with the 90%ers in 64. Then they did the Kennedys at 40% for a while, and then obviously they discontinued them because the price of silver was just too high. But so here's the thing with constitutional silver. And I will say junk or constitutional, but they're basically interchangeable. I just prefer to say constitutional silver. So here's the thing with it. You can break it down. It's small. It's fractional silver. A lot of people don't know this, but if you have $1.40 in constitutional 90% silver, that will be 1 ounce of silver. So it's pretty easy to figure that out, right? Let's take, let's see, I'm gonna get 4 quarters here and 4 dimes right there. That little batch is 1 ounce of silver. So, any way you break it down, if you have $1.40 face, that's 1 ounce. So it's really, really easy to break this up into smaller pieces, right? If you have 14 dimes, that's 1 ounce of silver. So, what's the price of 1 ounce of silver? Well, right now it's around $16, but let's make it easy and just say it was $14 right now. Then you would know that every single dime is worth $1 in silver. So if you're, bartering with other people, trading in a SHTF situation, you want to be able to break your silver down. You want to be able to make change. You don't want to have only 1 ounce pieces of silver, or worse, 10 ounce. If you're one of those stackers that only stacks 10 ounce or kilos or whatever, power stackers. But, really anyone could do that. But I'm just saying, if you're stacking for SHTF, you're going to want to have definitely fractional. And I will point out actually that this right here is not 90%. This is a war nickel. So this is actually only 35%, but it is constitutional silver. So we're going to have it in the pile. I'll put that over here. Okay, we got a new pile now. We got our 90%, 40%, our 35%. And those are the only ones in US currency that you could have. You could only ever have a 90%er, a 40%er, or a 35%er. There aren't any other percentages of silver for constitutional. That's it. So if anyone wants to disagree with me in the comments, go ahead and we can have a debate. But those are the only three you could have. So anyway, SHTF situations, right? So imagine, let's go on a little journey, okay? Let's say there is a crazy disaster and, a huge earthquake in your area. All the power goes out, right? All of the, you don't have internet if you don't have power, right? So you lose your phones, you lose the bank, you lose grocery stores. Those are either going to sell out right away if they're even in business, or everything's just going to get taken off the shelves and people are going to be stockpiling it at their houses because they need food and water, right? So you're not going to really have any way to get to money if all your money is in the bank. So you should have silver or some other form of payment to be able to buy and sell things with other people, like a neighbor or, a community. You could, go in and say, hey, I've got, some silver. I want to buy some food from you or whatever. If you don't stock, your own food, which if you're a prepper, you probably do. But I'm just saying, eventually you're going to run out. So in this earthquake, you are going to need money. And if the bank isn't open and all your money's there, then you're basically out of luck. But if you were smart and you were a stacker and you've got silver on hand, you can go buy stuff. You can buy stuff from people who will accept silver as payment. And a lot of people know the value of silver. And I think in situations like that, people would learn pretty quick, what has value, what's money, what's not money. People would probably still accept currency for trading and whatnot, but if you couldn't get to it or you didn't have any on hand, then you wouldn't be able to use that. So it's nice to be able to break it down, make change. That's what constitutional silver is so great for. And another thing about constitutional silver is it's very inexpensive as far as premiums go. You can buy constitutional silver for just a little bit over spot, really anywhere you go. You can go to a coin shop, buy it online. It doesn't matter. The premiums aren't crazy. So I think it's a very good option for stacking for SHTF situations. That was kind of a mild one, right? That was just an earthquake. But what if it gets worse? What if stuff really hits the fan? What if we have hyperinflation and all of our money, I say money, but I'm talking about currency, like fiat currency, goes to zero? What if that happens? Though that's basically the worst, right? That's going to be sort of like an end of the world situation if we don't have money, because that's how everything really runs right now, the economy, everything. So if we didn't have, and I'm still saying money, but I'm talking about currency, US fiat currency. If that goes away, then, technically these are still considered fiat currency, but we know this is worth more than that, right? Like this barber right here. This is not worth 50 cents. This is worth, probably $6 or whatever the breakdown is right now. So anyway, so if that happens, right, crazy, we don't have currency, you are going to definitely need some way to buy and sell goods, whether that's ammo, again, food, water. And you can prep as much as you want, but you can't have an unlimited supply of these things. Like eventually you would run out. So silver, again, is just a great way to buy and sell stuff in situations like that. It's money. People have always seen silver as money for thousands of years, right? It's a precious metal. They've used it to buy and sell things for a very, very long time. So if a situation like that came around, you would absolutely want to have silver. You'd absolutely want to have constitutional silver to break it down to buy and sell goods. That's why I just think stacking for SHTF situations, there you can't beat constitutional silver. That's the best thing you can be stacking for that. One point that I did want to make too about constitutional silver, and I was thinking about this after I filmed the video, is that constitutional silver is very, very rarely, if ever, faked. So it is very highly, highly trusted. I mean, who would ever fake a mercury dime? Unless they're faking one that's a key date for numismatic value, really no one would ever fake one of these, because think about how much work they'd have to go to produce a fake mercury dime, which is only worth, $1 and a few cents. So these are super highly trusted, and in situations where, everything is uncertain and people worried about money and stuff like that, they're going to want something that they can trust, like silver. And, a thing about constitutional silver is it's not being made anymore. They stopped making constitutional silver in 1964. So there's a limited supply of this. It's extremely trusted. So for SHTF situations, it's absolutely a must. So I had to splice this thought in there because it's very important and I need it to be in this video. But anyway, let's get back to the video. And people might disagree, but that's okay. This is just my opinion, of course. But anyway, those are my thoughts on stacking for SHTF and why I think junk silver or constitutional silver is the absolute best option for stacking for those situations. So if you are a stacker, you should probably have a little bit on hand just in case. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Thank you so much for watching the video. I sincerely appreciate it. I'll see you all in the next one. Silver Baggins out.